Just that easy. It's that easy to set this guy up. Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures. I'm here with my 2012 Fiat 500C. I like to call this my little skate. I love driving this Fiat. We bought it 13 years ago, brand new, right when they reintroduced the Fiat 500s to America. And we've only driven it 41,000 miles, so we absolutely don't drive this car much. Most people would drive 10,000 miles a year and would have probably amassed 100,000+ miles on a Fiat. I use this heavily when we're down at the beach, and I'm trying to keep most of the cars in the car collection as stock as they can be. I don't want to put new head units in and that sort of thing. I would put an Android screen up here, but the dash and the windshield is just so small, I don't want to take up any of that space with one of the screens like I use in a lot of the other cars. What I am going to install only cost $21. It's the SyncWire FM modulator. This is going to plug into the cigarette port of the car and let me modulate my cell phone audio through the car speakers without any other cables. This isn't just your standard FM modulator either. It has some really cool features, and it still includes ports like the USB port, a USB-C port, so you can charge cell phones and other things, not just use it as a FM translator or modulator or whatever you want to call it. So stick around and let's see how easy this is to install. Now you can get this on Amazon for 21 bucks. The SyncWire car wireless FM transmitter. This is great if you have some older cars in your car collection and you don't want to put a big old screen on them or something like that. And especially these little micro cars, there's just not a lot of windshield space. You don't want to be putting stuff everywhere. Pretty basic. I like that you can hit this on and off. It looks like it may have a light or something on. I don't know what that's all about. Read the operation guide before you use it. I will be doing that, of course. So this little guy here is how you're going to be able to adjust, I believe, what channel it's emitting. A wireless C, USB-A. You can plug this in for more music as well. So there's quite a bit. But just look how slim and sleek it is. This will plug right in, and the USB-A will continue to run the dash cam that I have on the windshield. So I'm not losing any of that functionality or having to add some big janky adapter to make it all work. Okay, I'm in the Fiat, little tiny car as you can tell, and the cigarette light adapter is down here. And you can see that I have something already plugged into it. So I'm going to unplug the camera. I'm going to plug this in. So I got that plugged in there. And then I'm going to plug my camera back into the USB port because I want that functionality, obviously. But you can see just how slim and sleek this little guy is in the car. And then the next step is going to be to cut the car on. It lights up. 87.5 is what it's saying. But I'm going to cut the radio on. And I'm going to go to a channel that I know doesn't pick much up.
Wi-Fi is on.
So on the Fiat, you push this little button down here and you can just scroll manually. So I'm looking for a channel. And I know 88.1 always comes in staticky. So what I'm going to want to do is set this guy here, long press. Long press. And then I'm going to want to set this to 88, long press to 88.1. So now I have this set to 88.1 and this set to 88.1. You can see the static went away because it's broadcasting. It's just not picking anything up. So you're going to take your phone. I'm going to connect to the SWXC725, which is that guy. Pair with it. Yes. And now my phone, and it just made a little tune. My phone is now connected to that. Let me crank this up. So you can see that easy. The podcast is playing, and it's playing through the SyncWire FM Transmitter. Doing its thing right here. The SyncWire FM Transmitter is playing the podcast through the audio.
Okay, let's go.
On the car. So just that easy, you can do this. Less than a minute. Now, if you want this light off that's flashing, you press this button 2 times. So now it's not lighting up, and then you press it 2 times, and you get that little light that's going on. And then obviously this is running my power to the camera as well. Just that easy. It's that easy to set this guy up, and it works flawlessly. It does not get that much easier than this. If you have an older car and you don't want to add a new system, you don't want to add a big screen, maybe you don't have an auxiliary cable that can work with your cell phone. Most phones don't have an aux import. This FM transmitter by SyncWire for 21 bucks. You can't go wrong. You saw how easy it was to set up. This is Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures. I recommend it. Thanks for watching.